What is going on? I am zmoT. It is Thursday already, which seems incredibly quick for the first time in a little while. So, what we are going to do today is the War Factory. We're going to do it with an HQ16 account, just trying to take it down to the lowest level possible. Now, XP37 is where you can start to think about taking down War Factory. If you can take it down before that, then all the power to you. We can take, obviously, you get her at XP35. 37 is about when people get their first takedowns, or at least they can think about takedowns. Now, we've had this layout a ton. Typically, where that microwaver is, there's a laser. So that is going to make things a little bit more difficult because we need to get into that area to get rid of those rocket launchers. So what I'm going to do is I am going to mark this rocket launcher right about here, and we're going to send Everspark over into here. Sending her wide of that microwaver is vital, is critical. Make sure you do it, because otherwise that microwaver will ruin your face and you will not be happy because you probably like your face. We just had a double Houdini hack, which you don't have to do under any circumstances, but I will take it because anytime you can pull that off, it is a good time. Just have a general idea of where Everspark's going to pop out of the smoke, and then have your smoke button ready. You have a bit of a delay because rocket launchers and things don't shoot super quickly, but 3 rocket launchers down in 1 attack is a great start. Next, we're going to mark that shock launcher because we're going to come get both of those shock launchers. And then we're going to throw some gunboat energy onto those mortars because we want to get rid of them as well. So very good start. I am very happy with that. And let's keep moving forward, keep rocking and rolling, all of those sorts of things. We will do at least one more attack with a max or near max level account, because why the heck not? Now what we're going to do is we're going to put Everspark underneath smoke, and we're going to push the button. We're going to see what she wants to hack, which is not what we want. Then we're going to push the flare. So always push the button, see what she wants to hack, and then use the flare. Now, when you're looking to double hack, use a flare regardless. She actually hacks twice faster if you use a flare than if you don't use a flare. Not entirely sure what the reasoning for that is. We have done quite a bit of testing. I've got a video on it if you want to see it. Let me know in the comments. But use a flare. Double hacks happen drastically faster if you use a flare. I don't know if it's something to do with her targeting mechanism or what, but that just happens to be the facts of the matter. Now, it came up in our low-level task force yesterday. Someone did a whole bunch of math to figure out how much GBE they had to use to get rid of something like this, a cluster of 4 defenses that were touching in the middle, and they didn't realize that rockets from barrage miss a lot. And now, typically, if you're going to get a 3x3 building, you're looking to get some... Actually, you know what? Let's drop one boat of zookas over here to farm some GBE, just like our Operation Attack video talked about. Now, if you don't know what that's talking about, check the cards above. That will lead you to what I'm talking about. But with a barrage, only about 13 or 14 rockets hit a 3x3 square. So if you're trying to hit that center square, that exact spot where all 4 defenses touch, barrage is not the answer. You're going to get something like 4 or 5 rockets hit the perfect spot. So typically it's better to use artillery when you're trying to get rid of 4 defenses at once. I'm going to throw one more artillery. Hopefully they don't all explode. They didn't. So we're going to leave those buildings up for our core hit, because then we can throw 1 artillery and get 6 free GBE out of the deal. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And now I just got to figure out what the heck else we can do. We can clear these mines down here, I suppose, just in case our troops walk there. Don't think they will, but doesn't hurt to get rid of them. Otherwise, we've got 77 gunboat energy. You know what? Let's throw it on this laser right here. Now, being a low level, having low level artillery and barrage, probably not going to be able to get rid of that laser, but there's nothing else to use our gunboat energy on. I've already destroyed those mortars by accident, kind of figured that might be the case, but probably should have thrown our gunboat energy onto the HQ instead. My bad, but it worked out all right, at least, because we've got the core hit ready to go, and we're going to get rid of Everspark for that. We definitely want Brick for that, and we've got 2 hits as well, so at least if we screw up, we can spend some diamonds and get those troops loaded. If you're wondering why my supply chest is not working, it's because when you have more than one account, sometimes that gets a bit bugged. How you reset that is just by beating any base anywhere, and that will reset it. So now that that's done, we're going to try to get back there with only 82 gunboat energy. We're going to get rid of that mortar right there, and obviously I should have thrown the artillery at the corner of the mortar and the boom cannon just because. And now using the right hand edge of that supply crate, we're going to drop our first smoke, get our zookas loaded. I'm going to drop Brick on the outside just to make sure that we get all of our troops underneath that smoke, which looks like it was a good idea. And I'm going to use a granny flare. I never, ever use a granny flare here. If you're wondering what the heck a granny flare is, it's just an extra flare to make sure that you have the path right. Gets all of your troops where you want them to be. And I am going to do something a little bit silly here. If you have a look around, you'll notice that that laser right there is the most damage defense. And we don't have a ton of GBE or damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually flare that laser and we're going to flash kill it. If you don't know what a flash kill is, what it is your troops kill something before it has the time to turn towards them. And what that's going to do is that's going to mean that when this shock expires on the right hand side, we're going to have all sorts of troops lost, but we only have 1 shock remaining. So what that's going to mean is when we come back and take the core on, we only have to deal with 1 shock. So probably could have taken the headquarters down, but I figured it was a little bit safer to come back with fewer boats and guarantee that we take it down, because that way I just wanted to show you what a flash kill is. You'll notice we didn't actually shock that, what is that called? Oh, I only have 20 diamonds? I swear I had, whoa, my brain just exploded here somehow. I swear I had all sorts of, I thought I had like 400 diamonds there or something. Guessing that was on a different account. Oh, I just put myself into a bit of a pickle here. So now we're going to have to come back with fewer boats of zookas and finish this off, which actually could be somewhat beneficial, but it puts us underneath the gun. What am I talking about? I already loaded my troops. Holy crow, brain not working. I knew I had more diamonds, but I just spent them. Wow. Okay, now that we've got our attack started, we're going to drop all of our troops into that smoke. And notice we don't have to use a flare because we're only using 4 boats, and then they'll all get underneath that smoke nice and tidy. Brick will be dropped last, and the beautiful thing about dropping Brick last is that she is only 1 troop, so she gets underneath smoke very quickly. It's not like dropping 12 zookas or something like that, because they will just get exactly where you need them to very, very quickly. We're going to get right into that kill zone. Lots of gunboat energy because we saved at least 1 smoke on that walk. And now we only have to do 1 shock. And we're going to shock these right-hand side lasers. And then the HQ is going to go down with only 4 boats of zookas. So a nice, easy way to get your troops underneath smoke at shore and save some gunboat energy is to only use 4 boats. Don't really recommend that for a low level though, because you likely need all the damage you can back here. Also, that flash kill on that laser was silly because we had enough gunboat energy to shock it. If you don't have enough gunboat energy to shock it and you haven't lost the delay, the flash kill is always a good idea. So maybe I shouldn't have flared the core, should have cleared all of the lasers on that first core hit. But we're gonna pause, come back in a second with a max level account and take this down in some ridiculous fashion. We're back. Now, I could cut that whole pause out, but I try to keep it short, and that speed serum music is just so soothing. I think who needs coffee when you have speed serum music? What we're going to do here is let's have a look at the tribes and see what the heck they are. Medic healing, rifleman damage. I am a little bit low on raw crystals, so as you can see here, I've only boosted the 2 left tribes, trying to catch up. Where is that coming from? So, you know what? Let's destroy an NPC just so that I can show you what I'm talking about as far as that chest fixing. There we go. All is well. I was tempted to use mech or something ridiculous like that, but I'm gonna... Eesh. You know what? Let's just use Bombardiers. That is a whole bunch of gold. My instant training has expired. Speaking of cutting out the switches, we are now on the zmoT account. For those of you asking how many accounts I have, I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 6. I have built up accounts from, and I basically locked them at different HQ levels. I've got an HQ16, an HQ17, an HQ18, and then 2 max. I believe that is about the number. I've got other various very, very low ones that I have abandoned, but nonetheless, let's get in. We're going to use Bullet, and we're going to shock him, and we're going to use Bombardiers, and I don't think this is going to go terribly, terribly well, but what's the harm in trying, I suppose. So let's go something. I need to get rid of a whole bunch of mines in this neighborhood because we're going to walk Bullet and lock him directly in front of those mortars, I think is my general plan. And then we're just going to see what the heck we can do. We got lots and lots and lots of gunboat energy, so I'm going to throw this smoke way, way out here, getting our Bombardiers underneath that smoke, and then throwing our second smoke about where that left hand, that supply chest thingy goes. So we're going to go a little bit off to the left to start with, trying to get onto about a 45, and then we're going to walk all the way over here. I think Bullet is faster than Bombardiers, and if he's not, then I'm going to have a bad time because we're going to lose all of our troops, and then bad things are going to happen. So I'm going to shock Bullet as best as I can. Then I'm going to move all of my Bombardiers back into here, and Taunt is going to come in and definitely save the day, but it's going to be ugly, and I'm going to have to shock all of this stuff. And look at those lasers. They're all going to lock onto Bullet. Magical things are going to happen. Just a reminder that lasers lock on till death. So this actually worked out pretty darn well. I did not expect it to go anything close to that well, but those lasers, that like this laser right here was not in taunt range, I don't think, but they lock on till death, much like the Cooker core hit, so I'm pretty happy with that. Smokey Bombardiers to the back of War Factory. I'm going to call it a day because that is 2 different ways to do it. One fun, one somewhat educational and helpful. Maybe they're both educational and helpful. Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, have a fantastic Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm super excited for the end of the week for whatever reason. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace.